Oh, admit, there's basketball. Oh my God. Dang. I had to do everything. Oh, she can't hear me. Okay. Passport. Oh my God. Now. Finally.
What's up? Hey, girl.
Yes. Oh my God. The crazy thing is, and Tionna's saying the same thing, but I guess because I was trying to sign in on my phone and the tablet.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm gonna tell her to try now. We're on.
Yeah, I just joined. I just did it with the information you just sent me.
Okay, good. So how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That beautiful view, but this weather.
Yes. You are welcome to come. We got 1942. We got a Zoom. We got my web. I just have to get everything together for you. And it's my baby's birthday, so we in here.
Really? Happy birthday!
Yes.
Thank you,
my girl. Yes. So there's Tionna.
That is sickening. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure you can see me.
God.
Hey, girl, that was sickening just now.
Hey.
How you gonna do this? You got the biggest thing popping right now. How you gonna get that together?
Look at Tionna. Yes, darling.
I'm on my Coach Cooch flow today. I can't look like a real estate agent today.
Two snaps and up, girl. It has some music on for y'all. I feel like I need to play something like.
I couldn't. I couldn't type. I was doing other stuff.
Let me play my intro song for y'all. I'm on my cousin's remix. Cause you know I used to rap back in my day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So my cousin, she has this distinctive voice. I'm like, I'm going to support family. And so before we start, let me get pretty. It's called Pretty Bitch from the Suburbs. I'm from Long Island. Okay. And so everybody asks me what island I'm from. Long Island.
I don't mean you from
Long
the suburbs.
Island.
I've been in Long Island with y'all. That ain't the suburbs.
Yes. Okay, get pretty, Yana. Hey. Okay, booty, everywhere. Oh, you got it. That's what don't laugh at my You are. Hey, we can get pretty. Babe, bring
I gotta share this Zoom. I'm not gonna let this go down like this.
Okay.
Oh, we could share the Zoom?
Yes, we got a Zoom 1942, which I want. My way. I'm in Brooklyn.
We could share the Zoom?
In Tionna Hood, y'all already know. That's the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge back there. All right, so let me just get to it. Let's just get to it.
Okay.
That speaker, we need a speaker or something like that. I really, truly appreciate you ladies for coming in and giving me your time and energy. I've been following you ladies for such a long time.
Thank you.
And I just love, can I just tell you guys what I love about you?
Sure.
I can't see Tionna. I'll start with
I think she went to go share the Zoom.
Okay, great. That's perfect. And so with you, I love the fact that you are family oriented, first of all. I saw the video that you shared with your grandmother, and you share a lot of wisdom that you got from her. And, you know, I have similarities as far as, you know, just being so tight with ancestors and actually communicating with them after they transition. And my grandmother actually transitioned, and my mom, and I still communicate with them. They still guide me. They still protect me. And so seeing your relationship with her and her being funny as hell, she keep it raw, real, just like you. You got so much from her, and
I did.
I just thank you for sharing those videos, because it was really touching just seeing you, you know, spending time with her, being there for her, and just, you know, having jokes with her and just living life, appreciating her. You know, giving her roses while she was here. And she's like, I want a fur. You like, Grandma, where you going with it?
That, I mean, just in general for everybody, I think it's really important to have that loyalty and gratitude, you know, to the people who really look out for you in your life. period. It doesn't matter who it is, grandma, mom, aunt, sister, whatever, whoever it is, to have that gratitude, because like it's hard out
here. It is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
like I said, they still protect us and they still guide us even after their transition. I communicate with the ancestors and I'm very spiritual. But other than, getting the wisdom from your grandma and you letting people know where you got it from and sharing actually the tips that your grandmother shared and how you put a spin on it is hilarious. And you keep it so real, and I appreciate that, sis. Definitely. I just want you to talk a little bit about, your journey and also any tips that you have for up and coming people like myself, because you guys have books, and you guys are, making calls, you're doing things, you might be traveling the country giving advice, and especially now that we're doing things remotely, you're doing the calls.
Yeah.
So just a little bit about your journey and the tips.
Thank you. Well, I started on Twitter. I didn't have a goal in sight with it. I was just tweeting. And it was like my first opportunity to say whatever I wanted, and nobody knew me at first. But it was the humor, the shock, the shock value, the uncensoredness, all of that stuff that people were like gravitated towards it. And then the following built like that organically. Like there's
how long ago was it that you were on
10 years? 10 years. Yeah. Like when Twitter first started, and so like 2009, 2010 I joined, but I started really getting popular like around 2011.
Okay.
And it literally all just came from saying whatever came to my mind. There was no strategy. Back then, it wasn't even anything remotely near what Twitter, Instagram, social media is today. So you literally were just doing it for entertainment purposes only,
Right.
Like it wasn't even like monetization and all of that stuff. Nobody knew what it was. We were just talking. So, and it kind of took off from there. But, the advice that I have for people who are even trying to get into a lane anywhere near like being an influencer, social media personality, writer, and anything that has to do with you having people have to buy a product from you is authenticity, like being relatable. I think that's the thing that really makes people trust you, to give you their money, to give you their time, to give you their attention, to get to like, the calls. A perfect example is like me just being transparent and vulnerable on the internet for all of this time. They're like, oh, she might not judge me. She might feel where I'm coming from. She might understand, what type of situation I got going on. She might have some insight, So I think that the transparency and the vulnerability that I displayed for all of this time was the thing that really built my community, for people to be like, oh, okay, I'll give her, a chance. So
right, and then you just started doing the life coaching and things like that. But if you can give entrepreneurs or young Black people, young Black women, tips to kind of get to that place where you can do something like that, what?
To be honest, as cliche as it sounds, consistency is the number one thing. Like I could give you so many other random things, but consistency is the thing that really gets people to know you're going to be there tomorrow. You're look for whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's, if you're a blogger, blog. If if you're a writer, write. If you're a person who makes videos, do it. Like whatever it is, consistency is what keeps and it's very clear. The results are very clear, because when I'm not consistent, everything is, not going well. And when I am consistent, the following is building, the money is coming in, the people are talking about it, people are like looking for you, you're being recommended and referred and all of that stuff. But if you're like every now and then, or like you're letting your personal life get into it, or your emotions, or your relationship, or your kids, or your family, whatever, when that stuff starts being thrown in the mix and you're not consistent, somebody else who's consistent is going to be the new thing, you know? So it's muted. Wait, it's muted. You muted yourself.
That's a good, I'm like trying to mute everybody. Mute my goddamn self. Let me make sure I ain't mute Tionna. Oh, I mute Tionna too. Oh, have mercy. Let me unmute. Okay, and so, yes, consistency is a big thing because just with the COVID and everything going on, and people are wailing in the quarantine. Everybody's kind of over it. People blaming it on retrogrades and stuff like that. But it's really how, you know, because I'm working on my license as a mental health counselor as well. Mm-hmm. And so I know about stress management. I know about distorted thinking and, you know, how people, it's all about your response. You know, it's your response to things. Conflict is going to arise, whether it's in a relationship, in your personal life, family, job, it's going to arise, but it's really how you respond. But if I can get Tionna, I mean, you, Tionna. I've known you for so long now, and I've seen you evolve into this badass powerhouse, married with children, on TV, on everything. You're selling homes. Oh God, you got a home. You got everything. Oh my God, I really, really, really am proud of you. I am proud of you. And you definitely continue to inspire me for sure. So, you know, other than that, what advice do you have?
Well, first of all,
like myself,
thank you so much for putting this together. It's very sad that all these years, Passport Cutty and I never got together on any event or any type of podcast. And at one point, I hit her up, actually, was like, we should do something on live, but it just didn't work out that day. So thank you for having the vision of putting us two love powerhouses together. And just in case you're listening and you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Tionna Smalls, aka Coach Cooch, aka T Got the Keys. I started out as a blogger for Talk That Ish. I started up, you know, how I started out Talk That Ish was basically one day I wanted to get some money and I wanted to live a great life. And I said, well, what am I good at? And that's something that I think everyone should always ask themselves when they're trying to pursue something. What are you good at? So I asked myself what I was good at. And I said, the only thing I'm very good at is talking that shit. So I started Talk That Ish Entertainment. And I went on to write my first book in 2007, 13 years ago, called Girl Get Your Mind Right, which turned into a major book with HarperCollins, as well as the MTV show on an MTV show. And I also was on What Chili Wants on VH1. So I think what we all have in common, Cuddy, you and I, is that you just have to be yourself. Mm-hmm. I think the problem with the world is that everybody just want to be like everybody else. It's to the point now where when I scroll through Instagram on the times that I do look at other people's shit, because most of the time I'm on Instagram, I'm just looking at my own shit and my friends or whatever. Yeah. But when I do take a look at Instagram, I see 10 girls that got the same weave, same ass shots, same titty size, and I say, what the fuck? So I think that success, or even pursuing success, or the attempt to even think you can get success, comes from you understanding yourself and being happy with it. For an example, you know, I'm overweight. That's not a secret, and it's cool, and it's something that I go up and down in weight, whatever. But there's no bitch on earth can make me feel a certain way about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with
Passport Cutty, I'm sure she goes through her clothing. The plus size lingerie move was like
it's the plus size empire. Actually, we're going into clothes, lingerie, beauty, and it's something that I started 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but it's all in God's timing. And I think that too is what your audience have to understand about being a power mode, is that when you're ready to go, sometimes it ain't the time to go, if that makes sense. You understand? Like, new real estate is new to people that's just starting to follow me, but I went to real estate school before I even wrote a book. But at the time, I went to real estate school at 21, 2005. Wow. But at the time, it just wasn't my time to do real estate. But once the entertainment business got a little, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the entertainment business stressed me out a lot. But then once I started working with banks in real estate, I realized they stress me out a lot too. So I said, fuck it. We might as well do it all then, because everybody stresses me out.
Yeah.
I'm a Virgo. I get stressed quick.
Right. But you know what? The key thing that you said was, especially getting everything, but getting to know yourself and being comfortable with yourself, but also preparing, because preparation is everything, because you had the skills already. And Trump actually put into executive order the skill-based training. And so what that means is you don't have to have the education, the bachelor's, the master's to get it, the job, but if you have the experience, you can get the job. And that means a lot. That's
going to change the game a lot. That's going to change the game.
But a game changer, actually. And so now you guys talked about that, and your journeys and the tips were great and everything. Another question that I had, because, you know, of course, a lot of us are women online. What do you guys think a woman should have before she starts a family? Like, what should she have in order? What should she?
She should have a nigga that love her, first of all. Because let me explain something with these kids. With these kids, you need help. The older you get, the more help you need. I'm telling you. And another thing is, she should have love for herself. Because when you become a mom and a wife, you have to dedicate a lot of your life to them. And if you don't love yourself and you don't know yourself and you haven't experienced shit with yourself, you're going to fold, baby. You're going to fold in the first year. Because the first year of marriage it's hard, so hard, it will pull your motherfucking wig off and make it fly down the block. It's really no joke. And I think everybody see these cute engagements. They see these cute kids and they think that this is a very easy journey, and it's not an easy journey. So I say, get to know yourself. Go out there, be a hoe, enjoy life first, so you can know what you like.
Be a hoe, bitch. Be a hoe.
Enjoy life. Educate yourself. Travel. And get some money, because you're going to need it. You're going to fucking need it. But most of all, you're going to need a nigga that want to be with you. These girls that think that having a baby is going to change the way this man feel about you, if your shit is weak, your foundation is weak, a baby ain't going to do nothing but put that shit all the way to the ground and make it fly down the block.
Thank you. And I'm talking about foundation. When people ask me, because I'm like Cutty, and that joke that you talked about earlier, like earlier this week or last week, when the kid asks you, so what are you doing? You don't have kids? What's going on? I'm like, I can relate to you because I'm 30-ish and I don't have kids, but
it don't matter.
It's been 8 years. I don't have kids and we aren't married yet because I want my career. My foundation is that's my career.
I mean, that's what I was going to say as far as just having your own identity and what you want, you know, like whatever lane you're in established. Because in any relationship, even if it's not a marriage, women tend to lose focus of what they want, what they're trying to do with themselves, and they care about the relationship that they turn around and, you know, they're just not sowing their own seeds, you know, like they're just not paying attention, watering their own plants and flowers.
Right. They may be reliant, the energy, everything, money, energy, happiness, peace might rely on the outside, and it's not true. Like happiness, peace, and all of that is an inside job.
But just having the independence, like you have to have the independence to get into a relationship, because if you don't, you're always going to be dependent. Like,
always.
You know, I used to think that at some point, being independent was like whack, you know, I guess in my early 20s. But then I'm like, I'm not independent. My dude, he be doing all of this stuff for me and blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, as time went on and I realized, I mean, and it never happened to me, thankfully, but I've seen so many other people get that rug pulled from underneath their feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Having to stay in a situation because they don't have anything for themselves, and now they gotta wait to build, to stack, to lead, to
you know what? But another thing, you guys are so strong. You guys are powerhouses, and sometimes is that the issue? Like with some men. Could that be the issue? Because some men, you know, that might be the issue. They might not feel needed, and if they don't feel needed, they're like, "What am I here for?" Then
but if I gotta be weak for you to feel needed, if I have to be weak to make you feel needed, then that's something within you. You know, we have to start remembering that some people are just broken people. Don't matter if you weak, strong for them, you love them, don't love them, lick their ass, don't lick their ass, be a freak, don't be a freak. Some people you are just not going to please. They're broken internally. And I think what a lot of Black women do, especially, is that we're trying to build niggas up. It gets to a point where building ends at 25. After that, there's nothing you can do with a man that's 26, 27 and don't want to get up and get no money. There's nothing you can do about that. Yeah. And I can need you in other ways. I am a strong woman, but I do need my husband in ways. Every time I got to open up a can of dip, I have to ask my husband to help me out with it. When I was in Brooklyn, it was a mouse on the floor. I'm not going back into that motherfucking apartment till my husband comes and pick it up. So there's ways to need a man without mentally and internally needing a man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's other ways.
Also making him, because one thing that I appreciate about my grandmother, and it's why that I appreciate you appreciate your grandmother, Cutty, is because she just made people feel so good. Even when they walked in the room, she just light up, and she just made, men feel, she'll give me the wink, and she'll make someone feel like they're needed. But it's really something that it's how you communicate. And a lot of people don't know how to communicate their needs, and maybe too aggressive.
I talk about that a lot.
Being assertive.
On the Cutty calls, a lot of the issues is not necessarily cheating and this and that. It's literally about them not being able to have live in harmony in this house together, And they'll be telling me about situations, and I'm like, but how did you say it? I'm like, you said it in a way that made him feel like you were ordering him around, you were being bossy, you were being his mom, like whatever. I'm like, you could say something or not say something sometimes, because a lot of the time, people, the way they speak to each other, the energies start to feed off of each other. So it's like, if you say something aggressive to me, I'm gonna say something aggressive.
Yeah, it's a piss and match. It's a piss and match, totally. It is.
That's the communication is like one of the biggest problems.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm tired of everybody just talking about cheating all the time.
Yeah.
There's so many other problems in relationships that make people go crazy and break up. Money, communication, no sexual chemistry. I might love you, but we don't have the sexual chemistry we need to get by. There's a lot of different
issues. That's the big one, sexual chemistry. Yeah. And they think, and people think that, women aren't supposed to feel that way, or we're not supposed to have these feelings or be sexual. And that's not true. So sexual chemistry, it's like some women, they fake orgasms. They fake like being satisfied in relationships. And it's
I always talk about that in a joking way, but it's really counterproductive, and I think that especially in our younger years, when we are like insecure and not really that, confident in expressing how we feel to a man. We don't want him to feel a certain way or this or that. And I'm like, we care more about his feelings than ours. Like, why do we keep on trying to spare his feelings for our own? Do we got to deal with this every time? If you're not saying anything, he's not going to change anything. So it's like the next time you go to do it, he going to be doing that same move that you hate, or, you have to say something, and then, but, it's uncomfortable, I guess, and they don't want to mess with a guy's pride and ego and all of that stuff. But there's just still, yet again,
some people are sorry, unmute. I didn't know she got muted. I guess.
No, you're not muted.
No, Tionna.
Oh.
I like that you brought that up about sacrificing your feelings for others. And that's one thing that I refuse to do, even as a married woman, because I love me. It's tatted on me in my own handwriting. I do. I love me more than anything other than my
I didn't know you had a tattoo. Wow.
Yeah, I do. Oh, girl, I have tattoos. It's just I'm a lady. So
discreetly. Okay.
And I guess it's discreet with it. Virgo, discreet with it. But I don't believe in sacrificing yourself for love. I feel that's a problem with what most women do. They're thinking that you have to sacrifice and go through a lot of shit for a nigga to love you. And I think that is just so sad that you feel that you got to go through the rain, the storm, the weather just for a man to love you. And I am a very honest person sexually because I don't have time to waste. When you are as busy as we are, you don't have time to be sitting there playing games where you fucking me and I'm sitting there thinking about my schedule and what I gotta do tomorrow and what house I gotta show tomorrow and then what business I gotta take care of. I need you to be on point like a pencil. So I do believe in sharing your feelings with these men. And I don't believe in going through the struggle of. I don't do the struggle of. I don't do the slapping, hitting, cheating thing. Oh, me going through your phone crying all day. If that's love, you keep that shit for your next bitch, because that's not my life. So I live a happy life.
Tell me more about that as far as, because now that we're getting into the relationships and things like that, trust can be an issue too when you are getting into relationships, because like you were saying, you said something about broken people. And you know, being African American or being Black, whatever background you are, Caribbean and things like that, well, being from an African diaspora, you may be broken because we've been through trauma, we've been through institutionalized.
But you gotta want change. We all been hurt, we all been through shit. But if we lead with that in our life, then I don't want to be with you. If you lead with that in your life, my goals in life, because I am a Virgo, you know, Beyonce, you know, Michael Jackson, we believe in greatness.
Yes. And I was thinking, I don't know any Virgos, but I do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of people are Virgos. Kobe Bryant was a Virgo. We believe in perfection and we believe in happiness. We believe in our freedom. We believe in energy. It's to the point that if I'm talking on the phone with my parents and the energy's wrong, I'm gonna tell them I speak to them later because I gotta protect I'm dead serious, Cutty, because I have to protect my energy at all costs, because without my good energy, I'm not gonna make no money. You know that as an entrepreneur, your energy ain't right that day, like you said, letting your personal issues or whatever, even if you are top of the line employee, you're not gonna be able to be at your best.
That's right.
You allow others to come in and fuck with your energy. So that's one thing I do not agree with, is messing up your energy for anybody. I'm not sacrificing myself for love, period. And that's why I win in love. I win in love because, as I explain all the time, love is only an accessory in your life. It's these pair of earrings. That's it. If you allow love to be the hair, the shirt, the earrings, the wedding ring, then you fucked. It gotta be the accessory to your life. Whereas I look cute with these earrings, but if I take them off, I'm still gonna be that bitch.
Right.
I talk about that like at least 50% of the calls that I do, I have to reiterate that to people. I have to tell them, value more than your love life. We are on this phone right now because you don't see any value in anything else besides relationships or romantic love or whatever. And
but you know where they got that from? They got that from their aunties. Because how many times, I knew this when I was single, how many times you go see auntie, you came with cookies and goodies and you want to have girl time and have a good time. First thing they say is, oh, where your man at? Why you not married yet? Why you don't got kids yet? So that type of psychological warfare goes down generations.
Yes.
See, like
old bitches don't care about nothing but a man. It's sick.
See,
I
didn't come from a family like that, so I thankfully didn't have that pressure. But I do see people all the time who, especially ethnic, you know, culturally, whether it's West Indian, African, you know, Hispanic, whatever, they are pressuring marriage and children and stuff. And I'm like, so now the pressure is like secondhand pressure. It's not even.
And it don't stop when you have a kid, Cuddy. It doesn't stop when you have a kid.
Like when you have it too. When you have it three. All I do is talk
about kids all day. You have one kid. Finally, you get married. You have a kid. They be like, well, when are you going to give him a brother, sister? Bitch, you take care of this kid.
You never stop.
Keep your fucking business out of my uterus.
But how do you guys, okay, so now that you talked about that and you talked about not letting a man be your everything, be all of what you're doing and all of your life, what about those instances? Because for me, sometimes it's a trust thing. I had a single parent when I was 5. My dad left.
Okay.
I kind of got wind, and he's from Brooklyn actually. And I kind of got wind that, you know, my mom was like, you know, when you get older, I'll tell you. And she told me that, you know, she got an abortion. She was pregnant with my sister, and she ended up getting an abortion. And my dad he didn't want it. and he left because of it. And I'm like, what about me?
Yeah.
And so, you know, he was there financially for a little while, but he left after a while, and my stepdad came. But for me, it's a trust issue, because gifts and things, it's like you might have a whole new life, or a whole nother life, and things like that. What are your thoughts on polygamy and polyamory? Because polygamy is like men that have more than one wife, and then polyamory is women that have more than one husband or boyfriend or friend, or you know, it's just building empires with like-minded people and energy. What do you guys feel about that?
I mean, each his own, but I don't subscribe to it. If people, and I don't see anything wrong with it, if people genuinely believe in it on all sides, like, because some people, sometimes it's like one-sided, like the man can do whatever he wants, but then the women can't, or you know, stuff like that. And so I don't personally agree with that, but whatever you sign up for, I just want everybody to agree what you sign up for. I don't.
You
really
want them to
care.
keep the same energy.
Yeah, whatever it is that you sign up for, just sign up for it. But like, make sure that everybody understands. You know.
Right.
You don't bring that type of shit in no marriage, though. That's where everybody's fucking up. If you want to have 4, 5, 6 girlfriends, that's great, because you're not married. You didn't make any promise to God, no type of bonds. You do what you do, 3-sums, 4-sums, whatever. But once you're married, that is a covenant from God. And I'm not pro-marriage. I'm not a marriage type of person, to be honest with you. I don't believe in marriage like as much as I should. But I do believe that once you do it, you got to be all in entertainment. Every marriage that has added other people to the bedroom and opened Pandora's box is a fucking joke. T.I. and Tiny, Will and Jada, now you're seeing it all just flood out because they opened those doors when they got married. And they could have just stayed single and fucked everybody.
Before the wedding day?
Do it before the wedding.
For some people, marriage is not like so much religious and spiritual, so they don't look at it as like under God and stuff. It's more business stuff and security. So it's
that's
like,
the problem.
That's really why I think that some people, it all depends on what marriage is to you, in my opinion. Like, if y'all just want to make sure that you guys are set financially and be able to use each other's resources and build an empire together and all of that, and you don't care so much about the sexual aspect and all that stuff, then hey. But if you do care about the relationship itself, then like she said, that's opening Pandora's box, bringing in other people. Even if it is a sexual desire, which both of you guys are into, it's like, it does complicate things to a degree. So I think
it does, because what happens when he meet the bitch he don't want to share with you? Huh? That's
the problem.
That's what happens, honey.
That's the issue. When you can't share things with each other. And also, I just feel like you get different energies. It doesn't have to be sexual energy. You get different energies from
spirits,
different genders or the same genders doing different things, working together. Just like I'm getting you guys energy just being on call with you guys right now. And so being together, having a girls' night, having family time, just getting that male energy and female energy. You could get it from different places. It doesn't necessarily have to be sexually.
Right.
But it depends on, like you were saying, the orientation and what you like, because let's say the polygamists and guys, they might have multiple wives, whereas the women, they don't necessarily have to be together, but maybe they are, but maybe they're not. It depends. And also financially, the man, can he take care of different households and things like that?
These niggas can't pay to fucking send a letter with a fucking stamp out. They need to just keep their dick in their pants. Bringing all these kids in the mix. Then next thing you know, the half sisters don't like each other, and this one don't like. It's a lot more to it. Once the kids is involved,
it takes a village. It takes a village,
boy. It's a lot.
No sister wives for Passport and Tionna.
No, I'm not doing a sister wife thing.
Don't settle for what you didn't sign up for. That's it. Don't settle for what you didn't sign up for.
That's a good one. Yep.
So like, if you didn't sign up for this, you wasn't with it. Like, people shouldn't just start forcing stuff down your throat.
Cass, stop.
Right. I love those earrings, by the way. I just got some small ones. It
little
was actually
Tasty flow. Everything's big with Tasty Girls. So we gotta try it out. Big.
I actually got them on Juneteenth at I think it was, I don't even know. Yeah, why not? It was Obsessed Junkie, and they have like a lot of different accessories, and I was buying for Black owned businesses. Actually,
send my girl 380 some earrings, Obsessed. You just got a real shout out.
I bought a lot of them. They had a nice little sale. And actually tomorrow I'll be at the Lunch Money pop-up shop. I always support the stylists from my community. The confetti's from my hood. Lunch Money. And Confetti is really doing big. He has things.
Who's Confetti? Ducky?
Yeah, Ducky.
Oh, I'm like, who the hell is Confetti?
Yeah,
okay.
He's from Hempstead. So shout out to Ducky.
Oh, he's from Hempstead? I would have never guessed. I always like saw him like around, but I didn't know he was from
he's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
Is in Harlem. I think it's in Harlem or Manhattan, his boutique.
I miss those days, just pulling up to the pop-up shops when I was in New York.
Yeah. Yes, and I remember saluting you and honoring you. I had a chance to bring you to.
Yeah, you did at Hofstra.
No, Hempstead High School.
Hempstead High School, yep.
Yeah, Hempstead High School. I had you there. It's a big theater because it was built to be a college. And so I brought you there on my birthday to, just honor you.
I still have the award. I actually have an office that I never moved in yet. So I'm supposed to be putting up all my accolades in one room now. So and I have it in a box to put it up.
That's awesome. And that showcase was it was You're Amazing or Be Amazing or something. I think it was Be Amazing or something like that. It was good. We had the auditorium full. And what Tionna expressed to the truth was you don't necessarily have to go to college to be successful. And that's pretty much why I invited you guys online tonight. And why I even brought up the skill-based training.
Well, I went to college, and I do think people should go to college, but I don't think they should go to college for a career. I look at college as social. The reason why I would make my son go to college is because of social reasons. Even though I'm raising my son to be an entrepreneur, I still want him to go to college to get that experience. And I do believe that college brings a lot of culture in your life. A lot of kids I see that's in that 20 age group, 25 age group, they're very lost because right after high school, they never experienced nothing in life. They stayed in their same environment their whole life, so they don't really know much. And I don't want my son to be like that. So I want him to have some type of school experience.
And discipline.
And discipline, right.
For me.
And it's only 4 years of your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
Right.
And that's just like a master. The master's is 4 years.
No, the bachelor's.
The bachelor's is 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, and then 2 more years is the master's.
You ain't got that master's. So I got
the master's, and so during the master's, though, I learned more doing my own research because then I started getting into the conscious community. I started researching my own culture, researching our divine femininity and our power as women, as Black women, and specifics.
Well, education is Western civilization. You know that when you go to school, you learn that it's all Western civilization. So we had schools in Africa.
You know what I mean? And Timbuktu was the biggest university, and people came from all over the world to get, trained and educated by people of our culture because we started science, we started language, we started.
Well, shout out to you because you got the liquor going on, you got the dog in your hand, the great background. I feel like we are in an episode of, Sex and the City. I'm feeling it. I'm dressed like the way you're.
I ain't gonna hold you.
With the college thing, my college career was broken up. Mm-hmm. So I fucked it up because college was the first, my mother was super, super strict. So college was my first opportunity to go to school and they not call my parents if I didn't show up. So I was taking it. I was like, wait, ain't nobody. Okay, I'm out of here. So I went straight through for 2 years, but then I left. And I can honestly say, so then like for 4 years, I took a break and I didn't do anything. And this was a point in my life where I was very insecure that all my friends had surpassed me, finished, was, doing their careers as a teacher or counselor, you know, a social worker, whatever that they were doing, doctor, lawyer, whatever. And I'm just like still trying to figure it out. But I eventually went back when I was 27 years old, and I could honestly say that that was really when I got something out of college. I wanted to be there. I really
knew what you
understood
wanted at that
going
point.
on. Yeah, I got to pick the classes that I wanted. So I will say that if you're not ready to go straight to college and it's just something that everybody else expects you to do, there's really nothing wrong with taking some time off and going back to actually really get something out of it. Because especially when you're older and you have more, you know, of a idea of what you want to do. You know how many people like go straight to school and be like, I don't know what I want to do.
I don't know nothing what I want to
do.
do.
They don't know.
There, you know. So I went back and I really had a much better experience. And I was mad. I was really mad that I didn't go away to college, and I really wanted to. But you know,
I went away 1 year and it was horrible. I went to Stony Brook for 1 year.
Really?
That's the dirtiest experience ever. You ain't miss shit. Maybe if I went to HCBU, maybe I have a different. You didn't miss much.
I wanted to go to HCBU.
I was a commuter. I went to Old Westbury for undergrad and graduate school. So Panther Pride there. But I definitely, I didn't really, until I really knew what I wanted. And I've been doing counseling since I was 13. I got trained as a peer mediator. So I kind of knew going into that. And my brother he kind of did 13 years when I was 13. He did 12 years actually. And that kind of changed me, going to see my brother upstate and having to see the walls close on him, and then me going home. I'm just like, I'm devastated. Like, what can I do to kind of protect our youth and protect young people and let them, you know, flourish into in a positive and productive environment? So one day I open a school. I'll go back and get my PhD after the license. I'll open a school, but I want to be like you guys. I inspire.
You don't have to wait to open a school either. Don't let nobody tell you have to wait to open up anything either. Whatever you feel the vibe and the opportunity, you know, you got to go and do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, only thing different, whether you educated, not educated, licensed or not licensed, master's degree or no master's degree, is the will to do it. The really will to do it. And the first way that you can make any of your dreams come true, that's for anybody that's on the line listening to this. If you need a sign, this is your sign. You got to get negative people out your life, especially older negative people. A lot of older people, they tried to go for their dreams and their dreams got killed. And instead of fostering healthy dreams in others, they go ahead and they kill other people's dreams. So you start asking yourself or asking them, should I do this? Should I go for that? Should I do that? And then all of a sudden your shit is all messed up because you're listening to people who have killed dreams. Yeah. Kill dreams.
Yeah.
Remember that, and you'll be all right.
Right.
And another thing is, people are always concerned with the end before the beginning, right? So every single time somebody asks me for advice, and they're like, "But what if, like, cross that bridge when you get there?" That's like my famous line. Like, it's so cliche, and we put it in our lives, right? But don't tell me about a problem before we even get there. You know?
Right.
When we get there and we got to figure out how to get across this river, that's when we will, you know, until then, right. Until then, that's when we'll address it. Until then, don't tell me about the end, the what if. People be asking me like, okay, I want to write a book, but then like, how do I market? I'm like, did you write it? They're like, no. I'm like, well, then we not worried about marketing.
Right. I tell my clients that too when we have our consultations, business consultations. Yeah. I do business consultations. Hit me up if you need one. And we talk, and I'm having a book publishing class next week because people don't know the real game about the book game. I mean, the book game has. I'm gonna be in that class. I'm thank you for telling me that because I need to be in that. We're taking it next week, and I try to tell people that too. You're worrying about too many other things. You got to worry about the book first, and I'm gonna break all of that down in the class because it's steps to this. And then also, let's take being an author seriously because if not, you're gonna end up like B. Simone. People don't take the craft of being a writer seriously. Being a writer is a part of the art, and that's serious. Like I am very serious about writing. I know that had got me out the hood being a writer.
Yes, that's why, because I'm all into the manifestation, and I heard about the story that it didn't come from her or it did come from, I don't know.
No, what it was is these bitches be biting off more than they can chew. And just because you're popular on Instagram don't make you a hairdresser. It don't make you a writer. It don't make you a sex therapist. Doesn't make you a real estate agent. You know, people call me because they see some fake shit online and they're telling me, well, my girlfriend got this house. And I'm like, girl, Bob, did you see the paperwork yourself? Oh, okay, that bitch don't own shit. You know, and then like, I'm saying that in my mind because they're like, well, she told me she only put $5,000 down. And I'm talking about like numbers that don't make no type of sense. Like, I'm like, listen, do not listen to everything you hear. People be capping out here. Yeah. And I'm a real estate agent. I can really tell you a lot of people be capping out here. Yeah. So it's just too much.
Yeah, it is. It could be a lot.
Following these Instagram people and not listening. Just like some people tell me, well, my mother told me don't buy this house because of this. Do your mother have a house? Oh, no, she don't have a house. She's in real estate? No, she's not in real estate. Okay.
So you guys are saying, do the product. Do what you need to do. Get the training. Do the product. And then worry about the following. Don't worry about the following and the workshops and the...
We all started out with no followers.
Yeah, I tell people
like us is the story, the honesty.
Zero, just like everybody else.
We all started at zero. I didn't buy none of my followers. Right. Never.
Exactly. And you know it's crazy because there's people who have stolen my content, copied off of me, bid off of me, whatever. They got more followers than me. And I'm like, the fuck? But at the end of the day, it's like, you don't need 1 million followers. Even only, the truth is only about 10% of your following is going to be your customer. So you just need a core, whatever number that is.
You need 1,000 followers to pop. And that's what you don't understand. All it takes is 1,000 followers. And we're talking about true followers because it's not even about the followers now. What the bigger companies are looking at is the reaction, the interaction, the likes, mostly the comments. So you can have thousands of likes, but if nobody commented, then guess what? It's not interactive. Yeah. So if you got 20 commenters, 20 followers, and every 20, 30, every picture you put up, they're interacting, then that's an audience.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have way less than a lot of people because this is my 3rd or 4th Instagram page because I don't care about the followers. I'd rather have 200 people that buy for every book, every class, every piece of earring I sell than have 53,000 people of nothing.
Have 1 million followers. No. You're right. You need
100 pennies. What? What is 100 pennies? $1.
I definitely stopped worrying about the numbers. And, you know, engaging is big, you know.
Engagement is big.
People have to truly, like, especially if you don't have your name attached to some drama or some, you know, some tabloid stuff or some, you know, rumors, whatever, then you are
building a rapper, things of that nature.
Yeah, just anything connected to anything that's bigger than you. It's like you're building off of your own, you know, brand and personality and stuff. So you got to make sure that you're really connecting to people because even when the people have a lot of followers from the BS that they're connected to, that doesn't translate into dollars.
No.
Right.
People are just
and think about this too. Why are we still here 13 years later, 10 years later? You know why we still here? Because we made an impact on our audience. And when you have an impact on your audience, I haven't had my own TV show in 6 years, and I haven't been on TV, period, in 3 years since I had my son. Last time I was on TV was when I was 9 months pregnant with me and Stevie J, and was on Channel 5 together. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm still here after all these years is because my audience responds well to me. They listen to me. They look at me as a point of expertism and things of that nature. And they know it's authentic. Get you an authentic audience. People that like you, that fuck with you, whether you up, you down. My audience has seen me go through so many different stages. When I was single, when I wasn't single, when I'm married, now I got a kid. They kind of like grew with me. Let your audience grow with you. Don't always think that it's going to be like, I got people that call me for my business conversations. They be like, I'm just so upset because I wrote a book and it didn't sell at all. And I'm like, okay, did you do ads? No. Did you do a tour? No. did you contact everybody in your phone book and tell them that you wrote a book? No. I said, what did you do? I posted it on Instagram. Y'all gotta get out of thinking Instagram is the only way to sell. Instagram is one way of making money.
One avenue.
You think that's all I do to sell houses is post up on Instagram? Please, I wish I would be a millionaire now.
and being able to sell is like such an important thing that you have to do when you're trying to sell something, but it doesn't have to be directly. It could be indirectly as well. And
don't give them that game. That's a lot of game, though. Don't give them that.
I was like, what you mean?
No, don't give them the indirect sell.
He did for that one. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a gem. Don't give them that one.
In reality, my videos sell my book.
Yeah.
Like,
that is true.
Nothing else really sells my book. I could post my book all day long. Yeah. They're like, okay, whatever. But
I actually bought the audio book.
Your videos is what your content. See, let's use the word. CONTENT.
Yeah.
The thing you talk about is so relative to the point they want more. They're dripping, their mouth is watering. So that's what makes them buy the book.
Yeah. See, because I could post my book. I could pay like one of these blogs to post my book. Nothing's going to happen. It's not going to get me no real sales because they don't know who it is. They don't know how much they trust this person's advice or this person's life.
Expertise.
Yeah, you know, so it's like I could pay the Shade Room or Boiler Alert or Gossip or whatever to post my book. It doesn't do anything for me. It's not.
I don't agree with that.
Not going to do that?
I don't agree with that.
Not what you think it's going to do. Like you're not.
I think it does help in a lot of ways advertisement because it may not want them to buy the book, but it's going to make them click and be like, let me see who this bitch is. And then once they see who this bitch is, they see your content and then they buy the book. So I don't agree with that.
But I've tried it. And
really?
What I've learned from my personal, I've paid to be on blogs or I've gotten on blogs or whatever. The book gets almost no real traction, not as far as sales is concerned. If I was to post a video on those people's pages,
that's what I mean, a video,
right? Who is that? Okay, and then they go to the page, and then they see the book, and then they're like, cool.
Well, that's how you're supposed to do the ad. You're not supposed to, with you, I wouldn't just do the ad with posting the book, because that, of course, that's not enough. We are living in a fast world, and they need to see the traction of it. So that video, if I was you, how I would advertise is that I would take that video and put it on every influence page. And don't forget about the people that only got 800 followers.
Yeah,
look at their content, and they got people that buys. I have this lady I know. She got 2,000 followers, but that bitch sell houses. Like, I'm talking about houses. I'm talking about 300 houses every 2 years because it's not about that. It's just about who is following you. It's not about, it's quality over quantity for me at this point in my life.
Yes, thank you for that.
Sure. It's definitely quality over quantity.
Oh, wow.
And it's about stepping your game up. When me and Cutty came out, we got on before Instagram. So we don't have the pressures of these new people. See, now the new people gotta buy the Gucci bag. They gotta go buy. Girl, they don't even buy.
They gotta fucking get a $1,300 room for one night.
They don't even buy Benzes no more. Benz is like a regular car. They gotta buy Bentleys now. Aston Martins. I'm like, wait, I'm thinking of Aston Martin. Like that's like 3 houses. Are you crazy? Because they gotta prove something. You'll see if you look at the trends of Instagram. With every new upcoming bitch is another outdoing thing. Now it's property. You gotta go buy a building. Then you gotta go buy your mother a house.
I need some property right now. You're right.
Fucking fad that I'm so glad I don't have the pressure of being involved with. Because we came before Instagram, so they know how we feel. The people that came before Instagram don't give a fuck. But nobody.
You know what? With that,
give me a fucking rap band, bitch, and I'm happy, just as happy with a new house and a rap band. I don't need no fucking Bentley to prove to you I'm getting money on.
Right. But you know what? I had to go
for that. That is right.
Ridiculous.
You want to say passport?
I had to go through a process to stop caring about that at one point.
You can't keep up with these welfare prostitute hoes. You can't keep up.
I know. I'm like, damn. Do I need to be in Mexico? Do I need to go to Salon?
No, you need to be in Dubai getting your fucking frontal shitted on. That's what they be doing. There's no way. or they selling drugs. There's no way. You know how much money I made in my whole life? I'm not buying no fucking Aston Martin. I don't have no money for that.
Yeah.
Please.
Like for me,
my pearls on that one.
I did go through a point in my life where I was like buying all this stuff. It wasn't for Instagram, but it was just a personal thing. It was like, okay, I wasn't.
It was for Instagram too.
Yeah. Well, no, but I was like that before. I'm saying that because I was like that before Instagram, really. And it was more like that was my coping mechanism for depression or whatever. Like,
podcast, you hear me talking, stop.
You know? And then a couple of years ago, like especially once I started therapy, oh God, I went through this exorcism basically of not wanting to care about what people thought about me, what, you know, these things said about me and this and that. And I literally sold everything, not everything.
I remember, I remember
50%
that.
of my closet.
Wow.
On my Instagram story.
Yeah, I saw that you was selling shoes.
And you had enough to buy a goddamn house. Because
no,
you was like, I haven't got dressed in like 3 months, but here I am.
No,
I used the picture. Yeah.
And it was brand new things with tags because I used to work in retail. I used to have 4 colors of the same shoe. Brand new, didn't have, I'm talking $800 shoes though. Right. You know, like $1,000 shoes. And then I finally let it go. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing this to make sure that I can remind myself that I don't need these attachments. You know, like I don't need these things to validate.
I think it's the pressure. People can't handle the pressure and they think that they got to get fly. And I think after a while, it ain't even them no more. It's an addiction after a while. It's like a stunt on the next addiction. But you can wear all them fly clothes. You can buy every Bentley. You can buy every clothes in the world. But your ass getting played and this and dismissed is embarrassing. So bitch, go buy your ass a fucking minivan if you gonna let somebody play your ass.
And not only that, I'm glad, Passport, you brought up a good thing because I am a therapist, and the therapist sometimes
let them know that. Don't say it so lightly. I don't like the way you being too humble, bitch. I am a therapist. No, you are a therapist.
I am a therapist. And so I think that therapy is very important. Even the therapist needs therapy.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And things like that. But what you said was, because my mom went through kind of like, before she transitioned, she kind of went through a manic depression, and she had a shopping addiction. And so I get a lot of that from my mom. It's like the manic depression is like, you might be in a manic phase, is like bipolar kind of. You might have that energy where you're a little aggressive. You might shop for just shit you don't fucking need. You just shop because it happens. And it's because of the way you respond to your stress.
Yeah, of course.
You know, an addict doesn't have to be necessarily addicted to a substance. It can be shopping.
Yeah.
It
Food too.
It can be arguing. It can be conflict. It can be just feeling pain. Some people have an addiction to feel pain. Some people have addiction to the fast life.
But that's why they focus on themselves. They won't have those problems. Cutty could say, when she finally said, fuck all that, I'm going to just focus on me and my health and my good life. And then you will have a good life. Anybody that's listening, if you know that following Miss Blank back in the day when she used to show everything she had, right? If you know following all these girls that fuck with rappers is making you feel low, unfollow those bitches or don't go online. You have to protect your energy. And there's nothing wrong with saying, wow, I feel a little jealous, or wow, I feel a little overspent. Oh my God, I did 80 hours at work and I can't even buy me a Chanel bag. If that make you feel that type of way, unfollow those bitches.org. That's it. Protect your health.
Let me tell you, shout out to my sponsor. All right. Okay. I'm actually consulting. Other than counseling, I'm doing consulting services for businesses, and I set up KHJ LLC. So shout out to my sponsor.
Shout out to you.
Yo, it's so fucking lit. Even though 2020 has been very challenging, and I just thank God that I'm okay, I'm healthy, and I'm able to move forward. And I just thank you, ladies, for just giving your time and your energy and your wisdom and your tips
We gotta do something once the COVID is
this
over.
Is everything to me. Everything I envision and more. I don't even know what people in the chat, if they have any questions before I let you guys
ask, because we got to share our knowledge with everybody.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions in the chat, please type it in. A lot of people, they say, I'm dead at going to Dubai and letting people shit on your friend too. Where do I buy her book? Can you tell them
mine right? Men Love Abuse. Those are my big books. And I'm actually doing my last dating book this year because it's like, listen, bitch, if you ain't learned from
what is it called? Do you have it out yet?
I don't want to tell you the title yet, but it's crazy. You know, I'm a title person anyway, so everybody knows that about me. So, Girl, Get Your Mind Right, Men Love Abuse on Amazon. Also, you can follow me at Coach Cooch. And if you're looking to lease, buy, sell, or invest, you can check out my real estate page at T Got the Keys. My son love when I say T Got the Keys.
T Got the Keys. Where he at? You put little man online.
Oh, he been dying to get on. Come
here. Looking like his dad.
Oh Lord, I didn't do no work that day in Miami, so I think I got my wig shitted on that day.
Oh
Lord. No, I don't do the shit. Go ahead, go say hi.
Hey,
he's so cute. And you can follow me at Coach Cooch. That's my name. Everybody know Baby Cass.
Yes, I'm definitely going to be. I want to be in that class because with me getting my license, definitely. Shout out to the LI Boss ladies, my team. Lady Lawless, she just reminded me, stop being humble.
I wish you would. You was getting.
You are humanitarian. A humanitarian. How the fuck do you say it? I got the 1942 humanitarian. I got a humanitarian award. I do a lot of things for my community. I love supporting Black people. I love supporting Black women, Black kings, and we just building empires. It's Black excellence.
And I would like to support you too in any way you need me. So that when you call me for the award and to speak to the kids, I'm always down for whatever you want to do. You know how I get down. We shut down fucking beauty. We shut down fucking nail salons in Brooklyn. We about that life.
You sure did.
I remember that. Look, I supported one of my friends is her niece, but she killed my nails, and bitch, they glow in the dark. So classy and nasty on that ass for you with the motherfucking Azul, the motherfucking Bowie, and the 1942.
I don't even drink, and I'm excited for you. I don't even drink.
I told her, I'm a little lightweight.
I'm saying, Cutty, if you want to come through, hit me up. I'll give you the address. I'm here on that.
I'm about to go my ass to work and to bed.
Word up, shout out to the squad. Happy birthday to my bitch, Corinne. We in the fucking building, straight up. Thank you guys. PowerMode on.
Promote your book, Cutty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Yes. The M and Man is for Money. It's a woman's guide on how to handle men and money in dating and relationships. It's on Amazon. The ebook, paper copy, and Audible, and I narrate the Audible, so I really love
it. I heard your voice, and it's so dope.
I narrated mine too for Men Love Abuse, which is on.
Oh, you did? I'm getting that now.
Oh, I'm going to get that too.
Years ago, girl, like 8 years ago.
I did not even know.
It's such a it's like what? Because men, I don't know if they want abuse or if they don't like aggression.
I just had a meeting. They're trying to turn Men Love Abuse into a movie now, like the concept of it. Yeah. I just had a meeting today about it, so I gotta write up the concept.
I'm taking some acting classes, so I might have to try out.
I'm trying to sell it off to them. I want them. I just want to be a producer at this point and sell my houses and buy my properties and just live life. I don't want to be the director no more. It costs too much.
No, I want to hire you. You need to go into management, Tionna. I need you to be my
Everybody want me to be a manager, but I'd rather do consulting work because with management, bitches don't want to listen. When I opened my own publishing company years ago, I lost like $20,000, $30,000 trying to make people celebrities because you either got it or you don't. Yeah. So if you want my expertise, hire me for a business consultation or take one of my classes next week, and I can show you guys. We're going to talk about that in the book class, how to turn your book into literary arts, film, because my book, Girl Get Your Mind Right, got turned into an MTV show starring myself.
Give the details to the class, or do we have to click a link, or what's?
All you got to do is just click the link on my bio, and the book class will be there.
Okay.
Or you just hit me up if you don't see it. Or, you can go to tgotthekeys.com.
T
like T or TEE?
T as in Tom, got, G-O-T, the, T-H-E, keys, K-E-Y-S.
Tgotthekeys.com.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm about to log on right now. If you guys, there's
Thank
no
you. I appreciate
questions.
that.
It's just Queen. Shout out to the Queen, L.I. Boss Lady Lawless. She just
Hi, Boss Lady Lawless. I love when y'all was a group.
She said once the COVID shit is over, she's flying out to wherever we are, and they could come get this.
Yeah, let's do. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna hit you up, Cutty, about this too. I'm actually throwing a weekend with grinding and girlfriend stuff for one whole weekend in a mansion. We're gonna have caterers.
When?
We're going to have manicurists, pedicurists. So not only will we, y'all the first people I'm telling. Not only will we be chilling, but we will be getting work done and helping each other do our work, signing NDAs. So like whatever we talk about, don't go out the room, and just showing girlfriend support. It gave me what gave me the idea to do it was like last year I had the best slumber party ever in my life, and like we all wore pajamas, and it was men. And it was just the most, I'll invite you to the next one. It was just the most beautiful, and I never seen so many women just come together that never even met each other. And I said, wow, those are my real people though. I said, I want to do this though for like everybody, our supporters and everything. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. And
that was an envision of mine too, like traveling, doing workshops, and just empowering other women.
Well, we can get you to do a workshop because let me tell you one thing about me before we go. I respect experts at what they do. People that are educated or people that went ahead and did the work, learn the craft. And that's what I'm going to teach in my class. You have to learn the craft. When I became a real estate agent, they didn't give a fuck about no Tionna Smalls, no Coach Cooch. They don't give a fuck about you. You are nothing till you start making money in sales for your broker. It's like, it was kind of like I started my whole, T Got the Keys is my whole business life. And it was humbling for me because you're just so used to people being like, oh, you Tionna Smalls. They be like, okay, they don't care.
And
so I had to learn.
Where's that?
Right. I had to learn my craft. Yeah. And that's the advice I'll give everybody. No matter what you want to do. You want to be a writer, a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor. You want to be the best boutique owner in the world. You want to be like me. Whatever you want to be, learn that shit. Master that shit. And you will be that shit.
You will always have to continue the education no matter what, whether you go to college or whatever.
Continue
like,
it.
You have to. I read a lot. Like people be like thinking that this is just like, I'm like, listen, behind the scenes in the car, I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to audiobooks.
That's right.
You know, when I'm at home, I'm reading articles. I'm doing all of this stuff to get more information. So it's like people don't know that behind.
They don't want to put the work in. They just want to wake up and be successful. And before you can be successful, you got to lose a win. You got to go through some shit. And then you got to go through some shit to know what you really want to do. I tried a lot of different things. But now I'm proud to say I finally got a plan. I didn't have a plan my whole life. I was just winging it. But now,
don't get discouraged. Like, no matter what, just keep on.
I lost so much money. I don't give a fuck about that. One thing you don't cry about is old money and old niggas. That's it. You don't cry about that shit.
Yeah, and then when I first started, I had to change the energy. And so you guys are helping me rebrand the energy because it was like I came up with the name with my fiance. It was like the PM podcast. So actually started.
When you get married? You've been engaged a long time. When you
after I'm licensed, I don't want to get married until my career is straight.
That's an excuse, boo. I done had 3 different licenses since I got married. That shit don't mean shit. What you talking about though? We'll talk offline.
Yeah, when I hire you for the consulting, you'll let me know what I need to do.
I don't do credit calls. I don't do business calls. Taking on other people's stress kills me. I don't have to talk to you regular. I can't do the calls for the problems. That's why I ain't become a therapist. I don't want to hear nobody's problems. You take on that shit. I'm a Virgo, so everything you say, I'm gonna take it home.
And what I want to say is, it's not about the journey. It's about the experience. It's about the experience. It's about learning. It's about loving, and it's about moving forward, like you guys are saying. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
But don't be scared. Even when you get married, you still could be as fabulous as you are. Just so you know, I know you probably not. Because my parents are still married 36 years, so I've seen marriage. But just know, this last little thing, You're not gonna lose yourself if you get married.
Why are you reading me?
I can see that vibe.
Stop reading me.
I can tell. That's what you're feeling. But we'll talk offline. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's really, really, really been lit. I don't know if you guys want to say anything or if you have any questions. Type it in before I go. I really appreciate you guys for standing in and tuning in. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Follow me at Goddess80 and I would definitely shout you out. I follow back. All right. Thank you guys. Love you. Peace. Power on. Power mode on.